柱たち時を超え真空の自信をが立ち上がる勇気を引き合わせる受け継ぐ愛を定めと呼ぶなら微笑む目で月の手を闇を欺いて切なを交わして刃すり抜け奴らの隙をつけ貫いた想いが未来を開く Like a burning stone 熱く Like a burning stone 血脈に刻まれた因縁に浮き上がる消えない誇りの絆握りしめて
I've been doing it for 2 years. I'm returning in December 8th. Gideon's going to be there, and I'm going to be there as well.
Oh shit! Okay, that's super cool. So it's like this is a big thing.
Yeah, there's already like 200 RSVPs. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm going to get a fight because that's so many people. But whatever happens, I hope that I'm during the first round of matchups, and I hope that I fight early, and then I just watch and chill.
So you're 14-2 in Street Beefs,
Mm-hmm.
and I think on the rules for Street Beefs, it's around. You have to have like what 4 or 5 wins in Street Beefs to get a title fight, and I know you did fight for the title once, and arguably, it looked you were winning most of the match. It looked like it, but tell me, I just say, tell me your plans. Like, what's going on with that? Are you feeling more sanctioned fights in amateur MMA, or are you still like looking for that title in Street Beefs?
The reality is that I just want to fight. I want to fight every week. I want to fight every day. So I'm open to I'm open to doing sanctioned fights, but I'm also, if I don't have a fight and Street Beefs is open, I'm going to Street Beefs. So it's really comes down to who is allowing me to fight.
Who's just giving you fights first? That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you've been fighting with Street Beefs for a while. Do you think, based on your sanctioned fights that you've had, you're 2-1 in MMA and you're 1-0 in kickboxing, do you think you find more competition in Street Beefs or actual sanction? Because I know 2 of your wins in MMA come from first round stoppage, first round knockout. I think was your opening debut MMA in sanctioned match. Do you think you find more competition in actual sanctioned or?
That's a good question. I definitely find more competition in sanctioned events because a lot of the sanctioned events are people that have been training in a gym for a while, and so they have their coach sign off. Street Beefs is just random people, but also sanctioned fighters. But I found my hardest matches. I found my most. I think that segues me into. I found my biggest learning experiences in Street Beefs because I was able to do things I can't do in sanctioned. There's so many different states. They have so many dumb rules. Like in PA, you can't head kick to the face in amateur sanctioned until you're advanced amateur, which is like a whole new set of rules. So for the first 3 fights, you're fighting a completely different rule set, which is the stupidest thing ever because if the amateurs are supposed to prepare us for professional, we should have the same rules as professional. Honestly, there should not be any cutbacks. I think it's stupid to it's always funny whenever some governing body of any sport, any society, they start putting in things for safety, it usually goes very wrong. And that's how it is with COVID, that's how it is with sports, and it's so stupid. The less rules, the better. If you want to learn how to fight, you should be able to fight the same rule sets as pros. I'm kind of that's probably an opinion that I don't share with many people, but I know an opinion that I do share with many people is that sanctioned rules kind of suck.
I think that's like kind of a common occurrence, especially with fighters in martial arts, even professionally, where a lot of people argue that, like, if a fight goes to the ground and nothing's happening, you see that with a lot of wrestlers, especially in like actual professional leagues where they'll just be holding someone down, and there's a lot of kickback when it says the ref stands them up. People are saying, should stand them
Yeah.
on the floor. So I feel like the sanctioning bodies, obviously they're there for a reason, but they're always working over themselves with stuff like the 12-6 elbow that just got legalized.
Mhm.
Like stuff
Yeah.
like that happens a lot. So it's very interesting that I didn't know that about Pennsylvania, where in amateurs,
You can't
you
head
can't
kick. You
head kick.
can't ground and pound to the head. You can only do it to the body. No elbows whatsoever. Stand up or um. What else? There's a lot of dumb shit.
So do you try to fight outside of Pennsylvania? Is that
Uh,
something you're
I
looking
go.
to?
I mean, I was in New York for this past fight. I'm down to go anywhere that's willing to pay for me to go there if they want to. Like I just do PA because it's the closest and it's the most
Yeah.
cost effective. But I'm down to go if some place is trying to pay me to go wherever to fight. I'm down to do that. I don't have to get paid for the fight because amateurs don't get paid for their fights, but we get paid in ticket commissions and we get paid to we get paid to go there. So that way we're not losing money because we're already poor as hell. But
Yeah.
I go anywhere.
Um,
I'm a wandering Ronin.
and like as you have gotten more fights, and obviously on the Street Beefs channel alone, your highlight reel has like, what is it, 700,000 views?
Yeah.
Like something crazy like that. Have you seen more people reaching out to you and trying to like have them fight on their cards, or like more people coming to watch your fights? Like how do you?
I've had sanctioned things want me back. All the sanctioned places I've fought for, except for one, has invited me to come back to their next events. Um, I haven't. It's funny because I'm still reaching out to different promotions. Um, I think a lot of them don't see the value in social media yet. They're kind of behind. So they're not understanding the value that I bring to their promotion. But the ones who have seen me fight and then they realize that they're people that come and watch their events religiously actually really like me because I'm not boring, at least sometimes. They start to realize the value that I bring to them.
What do you kind of base the way you are when it comes to fighting, your personality in fighting? And in a lot of your fights, we see after you'll throw on the straw hat or the scout regiment cloak, which I think is
Yes.
pretty dope. Um,
Hmm.
do you ever see yourself like taking inspiration from another fighter when you're kind of like branding yourself, or are you kind of just wilding out trying to see what sticks and like whatever you feel is the best?
I don't really take inspiration from another fighter because a lot of fighters are boring. But I do take a lot of inspiration from uh, fictional characters, people that don't exist. I think the only fighter that I'm like, actually, this guy's pretty cool, is Nassim Prince Ahmed because
Okay.
I see so many fighters, but I see so little fighters wanting to carve out a style for themselves. And I love the idea of just, even if I'm not the best, having my own style. Like, I want to be recognized for the individuality. I know I will not be the best in the world because God has already created some of the strongest warriors alive that I could never beat. But what I do know is that God made me special. And when he designated me before the foundations of the world, he decided that WingedC was going to be his own person. And I've just come to realize that more and more. And people are starting to look at it that way too, which I'm glad for.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've seen like recently a lot more traction with your videos. I know you're definitely a talented fighter. I don't think anyone's doubting that. I feel like
Hmm.
watching your fighting, you have a lot of technical abilities. you have a lot
Yeah,
of you have a lot of technical abilities outside of just
we could call it that.
yeah, I mean you could tell that you're not just throwing random punches like a lot of other
Yeah.
fighters will do, and you take your, especially wrestling and jiu-jitsu, you take your time,
Hmm.
and you find these different uh, avenues. I saw like with your first knockout punch, I saw the angle you came from. Like that's not a random angle. Like
Yeah.
that is a good angle to take when you're coming up, and you got him out of there, which I'm sure was the plan. But then also in your most recent fight, the armbar, like I said, I texted you this. I was like, that was a textbook armbar. Like
Hmm.
Were you working towards that armbar when you were in that fight? Is there an opening that you saw that I feel
Honestly,
like I
I
could
was
get it
just
in this?
when I got into that position, I got to mount, and I was like, honestly, I was just so annoyed. I'm like, this is so gay. I wish I could punch him in the face right now, but like, it with the rules for like didn't allow that. So I'm like, I'm trying to think of like, do I stand up? Do I what's it called? Do I just sit here and then like meme on him and then like make like weird or make weird hand signs for the camera? And so as I'm thinking this, I'm like, I could also go for my bread and butter. Like I put him in a scarf mount to go to armbar because that's my most comfortable spot. I almost had a Von Flue choke in the first round, but I'm still working on that. My jujitsu is actually ass. Like, jujitsu is probably my worst thing because it's a very technique and feely sport, and I'm
Yeah.
just not like predisposed for that. I'm more of like I mean, I work on my technique, but like jujitsu as a whole, it's a weird game. I know I'm saying that even though I won through a jujitsu technique, but I just I didn't see he put his arm up and it was there, so I took it.
Yeah,
In
I
short.
saw with the scarf on. I saw you kind of climbing up the body, and I saw. I feel like a lot of people weren't expecting you to get the armbar when you got it.
Hmm.
You kind of tell by the crowd reaction, like the moment he kind of let go of his like grip and his arm flew out, and you were already there. I feel like a lot of people didn't see that coming, and you heard that from the crowd where everyone's like, "Oh shit!" Like everyone started celebrating.
Ah, yeah, they went
It was
crazy.
pretty cool. I'm sure that felt great. Um, but yeah, do you find yourself being able to fight against jiu-jitsu people more effectively or striking more effectively? Like, where do you find yourself more comfortable? Who do you find yourself most comfortable fighting?
I find myself more comfortable fighting people that I find interesting. Like if they have a personality, it makes it more fun. Boring people are not fun to fight. Because I like to think I'm delusional, so I like to think I'm the main character of my storyline. And so when I have fun people to fight with personalities, I feel like the story's more enriched. But if I have boring people, especially if I lose to a boring person, that was like my first my first sanctioned fight. I lost to a boring person, and it made me want to rip my skin off my face, bro. I was like, I'm never losing again. I was so tunnel visioned through that fight. So definitely the best person that I want to fight is someone who is just as retarded as me.
Perfect. So speaking of interesting, I love the I Heart Chalky Milk shirt. I love all that stuff.
Thank you. You know, it's
But
funny. Look at this. That you say that. I just got. I forgot who I was talking to, but someone sent me. Like they made trading cards of me, and they say, and one of them was, "I love Chalky Milk."
oh, that's
One of
great.
the pictures, and on the back. Dude, I really hope that I can
Oh,
use this to
whoa.
leverage, like, me having like a sponsorship with like a local dairy farm because some of the best chocolate milk comes out of PA, and I'm in love with chocolate
Oh, that's
milk.
dope.
It would
These
bring
cards are
me.
dope.
I know, right? They're freaking awesome. I forgot who I talked to. I don't even know who sent me these,
Yeah,
but I
you
guess
gotta
I.
get in contact with that guy. That's cool.
Dude, my CTE is so bad. I sent someone my address, and now I'm trading
They
cards.
just
I
sent
don't
you
know.
cards. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know who to tag in my story now. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to go through my messages.
That's pretty cool though. I mean, I
Thank you.
know it's high in
You came to the
carbs.
right person.
I know it's high in carbs and high in sugar. Someone who loves chalky milk. How do you keep your physique right? How do you make weight and stuff like that? What's your training like? How many days a week are you training? What's your
Oh,
split? Is it jujitsu these days and striking these days, or everyday cardio? Like, what's your plan?
yeah. So I have a very cute beagle, and I take her running. We go on 2 miles every day. Um, Mondays, I usually watch anime, drink chocolate milk, and do nothing, wallow in depression because I'm not training enough. Tuesday, I go to a boxing gym near my house, and I get my ass kicked there. Wednesday, I usually go on a run, or I'll go to some jujitsu gym near my house. It usually depends on what I'm feeling that day, which of my friends are going to which gym that day. Thursday, I go to Jiu-Jitsu 1 for Jiu-Jitsu and striking practice, and Friday, I go to 717 Gracie's, which is a sparring gym. They also do Jiu-Jitsu, but they do gay Jiu-Jitsu. They do gi Jiu-Jitsu,
Oh
so I
gosh.
don't do that. But and then Saturday and Sunday, usually like a mixed workout. I'm always doing cardio though, because a lot of my as of like this winter arc, I haven't been doing enough wrestling. Some days, the Mondays and the Saturdays, I'll be wrestling with my brother because he wrestles up at E-Town, which is like a D3 college in PA.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So I'll wrestle with him. If I could go to wrestling practices more often, I mean, I could. It's just like right now I'm poor, so I'm not able to pay as much people. So um my training is more myself. I have a kind of like a home gym. I have a bob downstairs, and I have to kind of lock in and then just put on anime. I have to put on anime openings and start locking into my basement for this winter arc.
Um, so you train with your brother mostly for wrestling?
Yeah,
That's
he doesn't do anything else. I wish he did more.
is he interested in MMA? Is he, you know?
Well, dude, I'm trying to get my older. So I'm the middle child. I'm like kind of I'm the D1 instigator. But my older and younger brother, they both do wrestling, and my older brother is kind of better than both of us. He was D1. He wrestled at Lehigh. My younger brother's D3, still good wrestler. He wrestles at E-Town. I've been trying to urge them to get into MMA because it's really not that scary, but they just haven't had a debut yet, and they don't really want to. My younger brother's actually disgustingly good at jiu-jitsu. Like, I show him moves and he locks it in like that. He's actually better than jiu-jitsu at wrestling. So I would love to get my brothers to have an MMA debut, but it doesn't. We'll see how much propaganda I can feed in their Instagram DM messages, and then we'll go from there.
And do you think you'd be able to help them get into MMA? Like, do you like just
Yeah,
fighting in general, getting a debut match, and like, are you
yeah.
involved in that world?
Yeah, I mean, since I am in the MMA world, so I could help them like pick out like a starter for their debut. I would urge them to go to Street Beefs first because I think the best amateur thing is stuff that's off the record and it doesn't even have an actual record. So that's why I recommend Street Beefs or
Mm.
BFL. BFL is like a Street Beefs clone that I competed for and then I fought for. They were really good. But honestly, I think my brothers would do well anywhere. I don't even need to train them. They're wrestling. I would say any wrestler from PA, put them in a Virginia Street Beefs batch, they're winning. I brought two of my friends like a couple months ago to Street Beefs. They both got first round submissions, and it just
Wow.
goes to show how different PA wrestlers are. Like, we're a different breed. Even
Yeah,
if you're like a decent wrestler, you'll be A1 grade in Virginia or some other state.
it's pretty cool. So now I kind of want to know more about like, what do you think your future for MMA is? Do you think pro is coming eventually? Uh, I know you have in your Instagram bio about a gym.
Mm-hmm.
Is that real? Is that something that you actually plan
Yes.
to do?
So my college fund just got handed down to me, and the first check did. But my older brother is kind of the rich mongoloid, or no, that's not the word for it. The rich, he's the Leonardo DiCaprio of the family. So I'm gonna just give all of my college fund because I was the only one that didn't go to college. So I have like 30,000 that I'm just gonna give to him. He's gonna put it in a high end savings yield account, and then I'm gonna make a post at like this new year. Don't tell anyone this though. I mean, you
Oh
can
yeah,
tell
I'll
the
leave this
people that you
out.
post this to,
I'll leave
but
this
no,
out.
you can leave it in.
I can? Okay.
Yeah. um, at this new year, I'm gonna probably announce that I'm gonna be like opening a gym 5 years from now by 2030.
Hmm.
And I just want to be able to raise the next generation of MMA heads and really cultivate something in the Lancaster scene that isn't because, dude, Pennsylvania is the mecca of wrestling, and we already have like a lot of good fighters coming from Philly and Pittsburgh. But I want to like raise something on the level of Dagestan. I want to, if you've ever watched anime and you watch Blue Lock, I want to have a facility that just rivals Dagestan, bro. I want to raise some of the most amazing, like tenacious combat sports men and women to just walk the earth. And if that doesn't work out, I'll be a terrorist. I don't know.
And I like this passion. I like the way you talk about opening this gym and kind of doing this for a future generation. And I know a lot of that, a lot of passing stuff down comes from experience. Do you believe by then you'll have the experience to actually do these people really well and provide them with a situation where they can come in, learn to fight, and go out and become really successful fighters? Do you believe that a pro career is necessary to do this? Do you like tell me about how you feel like you're gonna get there and give these people what you believe is the best option? Like,
Yeah,
Watch.
I'm definitely gonna have to go pro. I plan on going pro at least by the time I turn 25. Um, I want to be able to be. I want to be strong, so that way my kids can be strong too, and my I don't even know what to call the people that I'm gonna teach, subordinates,
Pupils.
followers, pupils. Yeah, pupils is a good one. Um, I can't wait to inspire a generation of young men because we're already kicked down by society.
Of course.
And that's why we're all doing MMA, because we can't find anything else to do in this shit world.
What is your favorite anime?
Oh!
And
Good
I'll tell you
question.
which one the right answer is.
So, I actually have bad taste. I'm looking at all my manga right now. My favorite anime is Air Gear, and it's a crappy anime. It was only 24 episodes. It was made in 2006, and like no one knows anything about it, but that's perfect. It's an anime about rollerblading, and if you kind of like mix JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with rollerblading, that's kind of
Oh,
what
okay.
it is.
I love
But
JoJo's. I
that's
love JoJo's.
yeah, JoJo's is fire, and then that's also like mixed with Code Geass, but like they're kind of I don't know. I flip flop between them sometimes because Code Geass is so good, but also Air Gear is also my favorite.
I gotta know. Are you coming back to Street Beefs and are you gonna get the title?
Yes,
You're coming
December
back?
8th. December 8th, I'll be back with Gideon.
You going for the title? You're gonna try to get the title fight?
The title is held by Sensation, and he said I was actually texting him about it because I wanted to do a Street Beefs fight with him December, but due to complications of him being able to make it there, he lives pretty far away. He won't be able to be back for a long time, so he's gonna vacate the belt. And he texted me this, so I might just have the title. Not gonna lie, I have like the unofficial Shadow title.
You don't think it's gonna be some kind of interim match where you go against another top contender for the title? You think you're just gonna get it?
There's not really a lot of 135ers in the
Okay.
tendency besides me. I beat all like the other competition.
Wow.
But if there is, then I'd be
Would
down.
you be interested if they were to give you the option between, hey, we could either just give you the title and let you defend the belt for the first time, or you could take just interim match, fight someone that you might have already fought before, something like that. Which one would you take? Would you rather fight for it or?
Honestly, I would take the fight because I don't really like just being given a belt because I don't even really like belts for real. But I would take the interim match. I really just want to fight Sensation.
Yeah,
he's
you
cool.
want to run that back?
Sigma. Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy. You guys like
We're
good
having
chemistry.
we're having talks about doing a 125 AMI. I think what's funny is I think most of my rematches might be an AMI against the same people. Because
So you're
Mike
looking
might
for actual
help
sanctioned
me.
matches versus people, and is it people
Well,
that you've lost to, or just people in general?
people that me and Mike had two fights which both ended in draws, but they weren't really draws. And me and Sensation also had a fight that I think if not for the blood rule I would have won.
Yeah.
So they aren't losses, but like they are.
Well, yeah, I didn't really count them as losses when I was looking at all of your Street Beef stuff. But it's cool you say
Yeah.
that. I'm excited for you to take that title. Personally, I hope that you have to fight an interim kind of fight to just get the title, just to make it more official. I don't want people really contesting it or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to continue going. It should be your logo.
Me.
Yeah.
Literally me.
That should. I'm excited to see you fight for the title. I'm excited. Getting the title is only going to give you more outreach and stuff like that. And people already know your name, so being a Street Beef champion, not a lot of people know Sensation's
Me when you
name.
say that.
Literally. He is a great fighter. Sensation. I watched your guys fight. It was good. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys fight again. If that happens, I would honestly rather be sanctioned.
Yeah.
Maybe not in PA if the head kick rule and stuff like that. Maybe.
Mhm.
But thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, yo.
I'll send you the